Halle Berry needs to read The Woman Crisis. She tried to get back at black men, but only got herself.
Now available in paperback. From the author of the critically acclaimed book The Man Crisis comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women have become lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Get your copy of The Woman Crisis in paperback at Amazon.com and online booksellers today.
Actress Halle Berry has managed to convince the family courts in Los Angeles to cut her child support payments in half. Now, your Halle Berry has said that the $16,000 a month that the courts have ordered her to pay her baby daddy, Gabriel Aubry, a French-Canadian white man, are extortion. And your Halle Berry was so frustrated about having to pay Gabriel Aubry $16,000 a month that in February of 2021, she wanted to say on Instagram in a meme, "Women don't owe US." Now, your Halle Berry wants to try to make herself look like the victim in this situation. However, the reason why she was forced to pay this child support is all due to her looking to go out here and spite black men. Now, your Halle Berry has been unlucky in love with black men and white men, and after having failed relationships with black men like David Justice and Eric Benet, what your Halle Berry wanted to do after a failed relationship with Michael Ealy was go out here and look to stick it to black men by getting involved with French-Canadian model Gabriel Aubry. Now, as your Halle Berry was out here getting involved with French-Canadian model Gabriel Aubry, she was looking to go out here and have a baby on her terms. Now, she was looking to try to make this deal with Michael Ealy, where she was looking to go out here and have a child on her terms, where she would go out here and just have a baby and not really concern herself about the father. However, Michael Ealy didn't agree to those terms, and he wound up breaking up with Halle Berry and eventually wound up marrying another woman and is a father who is actively involved with his child. Now, what your Halle Berry wanted to do was she wanted to have complete control over her children, and she just wanted a man to basically be a sperm donor. Now, your Gabriel Aubry was a up-and-coming model at the time, and he was looking to gain more publicity for himself in America, and he eagerly got involved with your Halle Berry. And as he was out here in getting his exposure by being involved with Halle Berry, your Gabriel Aubry quickly agreed to the terms that Halle Berry wanted by going out here and wanting to have a child, but not really have the father actively involved in the child's life. And this is what led to the conception of Halle Berry's first child, Nala Ariola Aubry. Now, as your Halle Berry's relationship with Gabriel Aubry started to sour, your Halle Berry got really upset at Gabriel Aubry, and things came to a head with your Halle Berry and Gabriel Aubry, who was looking to try to maintain a relationship with his daughter, where he would go out here and visit her, but things came to a head in Thanksgiving of one year, when your Halle Berry then took her current boyfriend and had him confront your Gabriel Aubry as he was going to pick his daughter up to take her to an event of some kind, or a Thanksgiving dinner, or he was dropping her off. And in that incident, your Gabriel Aubry wound up getting in a fight with Halle Berry's then boyfriend, Oliver Martinez. And in the aftermath of this fight, your Gabriel Aubry and Oliver Martinez were arrested, and that's when Gabriel Aubry, who was looking to just do things the way people used to do back in the old days in the black community, where the father would actively just come and visit the child, he then decided to go to the family courts to go out here and secure his rights. And when your Gabriel Aubry went out here to go out here and secure his rights as a father, what happened was he brought the hammer of white supremacy down on your Halle Berry. Now, your Halle Berry was getting the benefits of a white zaddy part-time from Gabriel Aubry, and he was looking to work with her off of the books. However, after the incident where he was arrested as related to the confrontation with her boyfriend Oliver Martinez at the time, that's when Gabriel Aubry decided enough was enough, and that's when he decided to go out here and flex the arm of white supremacy on Halle Berry. And when he flexed the arm of white supremacy on Halle Berry with the family courts, the courts sided with Gabriel Aubry, the white male, because white supremacy looks to support and protect white males when they're involved with black or biracial black women. And your Halle Berry wound up getting the hammer dropped down on her as related to these child support payments. And that's when the courts decided they were going to punish Halle Berry for getting involved with a white man, as I see it, because what the courts did was order her to pay this $16,000 a month. Now, this $16,000 a month was based on the court standard of what Halle Berry was making at the time, and during 2012, your Halle Berry was making lots of money as the star of these X-Men movies and was doing fiscally well. However, over the last decade, your Halle Berry has gone from an Oscar-winning A-list star to her entire career going into decline due to poor decisions as related to the roles that she starred in, such as the flop Catwoman and other numerous flops like Dark Tide. And as her star has fallen, her economic situation has deteriorated as she's gotten out here and gotten married and divorced to Oliver Martinez, and then wound up with a son by him, and was forced to pay, again, $16,000 a month even to your Oliver Martinez as related to his son. And this is what your Halle Berry wound up saying, oh, this child support is extortion. However, your Halle Berry wouldn't have wound up in this situation at all had she not been looking to go out here and spite heterosexual black men as related to her numerous failed relationships. Now, your Halle Berry wants to say women don't owe U.S., but the problem is your Halle Berry refuses to take any sort of accountability or responsibility, because while women who aren't married to a man don't owe them anything, the whole thing is it's the women who pick these guys that wind up in these situations, and because these women pick these men, this is why they wind up getting jammed up, like Halle Berry wound up getting jammed up. Halle Berry wound up getting jammed up as related to this child support that she calls extortion, because she was in her feelings about black men, and because she was in her feelings about black men, she acted impulsively, hoping to go over and hop the fence and get with the white zaddies, but the white zaddies she got involved with were worse than the black men that she got involved with, because she was out here looking to go out here and looking to try to finesse these white men, and these white men basically turned her out. And as they turned her out, they understood that the relationship they were getting involved with was going to be based on economics, not on emotions, like David Justice and Eric Benet, who were making the same amount of money as a Halle Berry at the time before she became an Oscar winner. Both of these men were fiscally sound, but your Halle Berry, because she could not stand seeing a man having power on her level, and the fact that she would have to submit to a male authority figure who was a black man like her father, what she wanted to do was go out here and hope that she could subjugate a white man to submit to her. The main reason why she chose these men, who, like Gabriel Aubry and Oliver Martinez, was because these men made less than her, And what she didn't see was that these men already saw the moves on the chessboard they were getting ready to make. And because your Gabriel Aubry and Oliver Martinez were 7 steps ahead of Halle Berry, they already were planning the divorce even before the first date. Because with both of these men, they already saw that with the divorce laws and the child support laws, they are based on a person's economic situation and economic status at the time. And if a woman is making more than a man, that means that that woman would have to pay them as related to alimony and spousal support and child support as well. So these two guys basically saw your Halle Berry as one big bag, and they were looking to go out here and grab the bag from Halle Berry, who wants to sit here and again say women don't owe US, but the whole thing is you put yourself in a situation where you had to pay these guys because you weren't thinking critically about what type of man you wanted to get involved with. No, your Halle Berry was caught up in her feelings about having power over these men who she considered to be of low social status, and what she wanted to do was use her Oscar win and her A-list status as a means of trying to control these men and maintain power over them. However, these men, again, were playing chess while she was playing Candyland, and as she fell into the caramel falls, what happened was she wound up being on the hook for child support as related to the 2 children that she had, and she was forced to pay for both of those children to those men in order to maintain those child's lifestyles, and also this allowed those men to be able to make a living at her expense. And your Halle Berry, she wants to again get upset about these men going out here and participating in alleged extortion, but she wound up putting herself in that situation because she did not want to be a wife to a heterosexual black man. She did not want to be a part of a marriage to a black man, and she did not want to build a family with a good black man. No, what she wanted to do was go out here and have relationships with these white men, hope to get power over white men. But what happened was, after she tried to go out here and try to manipulate Oliver Martinez into fighting Gabriel Aubry like a bunch of pookies fighting over the hood rat baby mama, that's when the tables got turned on your Halle Berry. And those tables got turned because your Gabriel Aubry realized that he, as a white male, could go to the system of white supremacy. And when he went to the system of white supremacy, they would go out here and protect him as a white male, and they would go out here and look to punish your Halle Berry, who thought, oh, I'm a black woman who is a A-list actress, but at the end of the day, the white supremacists in the family courts dropped the hammer on her, and after they dropped the hammer on her, your Halle Berry basically scurried away for years. But she's talking about 2021 about, oh, women don't owe US, but you were the one who wanted to go out here and put the money in front of the white man, but now the white man is made her pay the price for several years, and she's managed to get a reprieve as related to Gabriel Aubry, a white man that she alleges is racist and has called his own daughter allegedly the N-word. This is what your Halle Berry, again, wants to make herself out to be the victim in this situation, but she isn't the victim because she is the one who went out here and picked this white man. She is the one who dangled the money in front of this white man. She is the one who got involved with this white man. She is the one who wanted to have a white zaddy to show heterosexual black men that she could do better than them and that she could get success in love. Unfortunately, she wound up becoming a woman in crisis, and she became a woman in crisis because she followed the feminist paradigm, looking to try to get power over a man, looking to control the relationship, looking to be the head of household. And this is why your Halle Berry is still miserable in her own company, because she's had to pay close to $250,000 a year for several years to your Gabriel, Aubry, and Oliver Martinez. And as she's been spending this money in child support, she's calling it extortion. But the whole thing is, there are many men out here who are forced to pay close to 80% of their incomes. And is it extortion in their cases? That's the critical question I would like to ask your Halle Berry, because the courts say that a man has to pay child support as related to maintaining the lifestyle of the child, and your Halle Berry was out here living the lifestyle of an A-list celebrity, so she was the one who went out here and created this situation, but she wants to make herself out to be some sort of victim, even though she was the one who instigated all of this, and again, instigated all of this to throw a middle finger up at black men. But when the white man throws up that same middle finger back at her, she's sitting there trying to make herself out to be the victim, but she was the one who got involved with this white man. And even though she's gotten the child support cut in half, the dysfunction is still there, and she's still sitting there miserable in her company as she spends the next to her last days in Bust Downtown with Mr. Simp Van Hunt. Now, your Mr. Simp Van Hunt, he's thinking he's dodged a bullet, but eventually Halle Berry's going to show her true colors like she usually does, because her paradigm with men is eventually she winds up showing her true colors because her insecurities get the better of her. And once her insecurities get the better of her, she looks to get power in the relationship. And that as she tries to get this power, what she does is try to control these men. And that's what leads to her relationships always failing. And again, while she may have gotten a small victory in court, she's still lost as related to life, because your Halle Berry is out here. She's alone by herself with 2 kids by 2 different fathers, and she's sitting there still miserable in her own company, still spiteful and angry, and again sitting there talking about, oh, these child support payments are extortion. How are they extortion when you had money to go out here and make the movie Bruised, which was absolutely terrible? I mean, that's another critical question I want to ask Halle Berry, because the reason why I believe she's calling these child support payments extortion and say women don't owe you S is because she went out here and financed a movie that no one really wanted to watch. But the big problem with Halle Berry is that she doesn't understand nobody wants to watch a beautiful woman playing a loser like she presented in Bruised. And the big problem is Halle Berry is a loser because she sees herself as a loser, and that's why she picks roles like Bruised and puts herself in miserable situations like the one she has with her baby daddies. She's put herself in this bad situation, and mainly because she's in her feelings about black men like her father, and because she hasn't resolved her daddy issues with her father, she's out here looking to spite and hurt black men to get back at her father. But the problem is she only winds up hurting herself because she has not worked out her issues with her father, and because she hasn't worked out her issues with her father, that's the main reason why she's paying was paying $16,000 a month to Gabriel Aubry, because she has not worked out her unresolved issues as related to her childhood, as related to the relationship she didn't have with her father. Now, if you want to pick up my books featuring positive images of black women and my screenplays all about Marilyn and my screenplays for my TV series all about Nikki, you can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format, along with the Isis series, the Esteem series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, and novels like The Thetas and Eternal Night. And if you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available for the first time in paperback, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. Learn all the reasons why so many Black women can't find a husband and why 70% of Black women are single. Get your copy of Why 70% of Black Women Are Single on Amazon.com today.